I'd rather go with the trend.
Okay.
And since we agreed it's basically the same thing, just in reverse, right? And I should be able to. And I was thinking about some things. That's why I wanted to jump into sim because I've been thinking about my ideas on it, and I think maybe it's just you're always talking about what each 1 minute candle is doing, and it drives me crazy. But I'm starting to think I know why you do it, and that's because you're trying to see what the next little price cycle is going to be, and if it's going to go in your favor.
Mm-hmm.
Right, right. So that 1 minute candle action um is important.
Well, as a scalper, 1 minute is important, right? But if you're trying to do, let's say, like an hourly swing kind of thing, it's not important. So it's all
Yeah.
relative, right?
Okay. So I definitely don't want to do an hour swing. I'm gonna have to say that it's gonna need to be and like with 1 minute, like it's gonna have to be quicker. I'm not trying to and that's what the other day actually we when it went as soon as we closed the session, it shot up and I was like, ooh, this is the place we were waiting for. And then I got in. And then I was like, okay, but I can't wait around. And so I put a stop loss and then went to bed. And of course, it tags the stop loss and goes in the direction, which is fine. But I realized that, yeah, I don't want to be playing for 4 to 6 hour trading session kind of setups.
Okay. So do
Yeah.
you have a simulator?
No.
Okay. We'll work on getting you one so you can practice, okay? Um, let's say in the meantime here, I can share my screen, get my simulator going. Close off some things. Do you see a gray screen?
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm gonna get off the main chart then because we're not gonna be using the what's happening right now.
Yeah, and right now, if you're trading live, I'm buying UJ because it should bounce.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna trade.
So I'll tell you the analysis for those who want to trade live. Let me
We've
go
got a
through that.
gray we've got a gray screen right now. There's nothing on it.
Sorry, it's loading. My computer's.
Okay. Okay.
Come on, come on. It's so slow.
If you're in buys, would you wait for a pullback before you got into a buy?
I already did. Um, and I'm basically over or close to 1%. All right, so if you look right here, this is the analysis I want y'all to realize. So on an hourly chart, here's my okay, so you can see the market has dropped all this time, right? From
Yeah.
here and over the course of, basically 1 day, 2 days, it's dropped, right? So if you measure this, it's minus 1 point.
Oh, we lost you, dude.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The computer's going in and out. I don't know what's going on. All right, so I was saying market over the course of 1.5 or 2 days, 2.5 days, it's dropped 1.25%. There are no arguments there, right?
Right.
Okay, so you can see based on the SMI, it's here's the drop as far as the bottom base continues. This is the pattern. Anytime you see a three like this, the next should be a pullback.
Okay.
Okay, you'll see that on a pretty much any time frame as far as SMI, RSI, stuff like that, right? So that's why I'm in buys right now, that instead of just going to here, it should come back to here and reach the top Bollinger and create basically a range from this last breakout right here. So not just to half right here, but to here. There's a lot of scribbles. Hopefully that made sense. But the point is I have some buys like this, some TPs, and then T2s for some swings. So let's say if I had 30 trades, I would have put 5 for the long, 10 for the medium, and a whole lot for the scalps. And so that's why I say I typically taper out my trades, right? So like if this is T3, T2, T1, T1 would be like 20, 5, and then 5, and that's the 30. Any questions there? And if I really believe this is going to be true, I might do like this, might be 10 and 15. So 15, 10, and 5. Now that adds up to about 30, right? Okay, but right now I'm right at 1% for Darwin, and I'm actually adding to the trades to continue in buys. Okay, because also the first half of the hour. So if I zoom in right here, the first half was an up. The 30 did not reverse. So this is the 30 right here. Okay. So typically you have a half, like it goes up, the 30 comes back as a range, or you have comes up, pulls back a little bit, and the 30 continues. So right now we're playing a continuation pattern for flag. And anytime you have a flag that comes back low or low like this, that's your continuation. If you have the other way, where a flag like this, usually it's a reversal. Does that make sense? So this is
Yep.
not a flag for continuation, because you need that pullback right here. So this, it's a flag. This is a pennant. This is a flag with lower lows. Okay, so these two structures structurally right here are flags for continuations. Any questions?
No, that
Nope.
makes sense right now.
Okay. I used to think this right here was a flag for continuation, and I learned the hard way many times. It's usually, like I said, it does the rounding. All right, so now to simulation. Hopefully that helps you to identify direction. Okay. So in this case, do you want to trade UJ or do you want to do EU?
Well, I think I should do UJ during this session that we'd like to trade in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know what, as far as I haven't played this out. I don't know what direction or anything like that in advance.
Okay.
But if you were to analyze this as a scalper, you start at the basis of an hour. Your trading hour is like, here's your Aussie session, and then your Japan session should be right in this area.
Okay.
But let's look at the hour first. Let's see if I can zoom out here actually. Come on. Forex tester has stopped working. Give me a second. Let me restart the program. It's loading. Like I said, I think I have too many things open. Close off some empty files. It's loading still. All right. You see it loading, like kind of. Okay. Should be able to see the chart now, right?
Um, I'm right here. What's the question?
Do you see the chart at all?
Yes, yes, I see your chat. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Well, any questions for me while we're waiting?
Do you think the UJ is gonna pull back to the middle Bollinger Band?
It already did. So you're late if you're thinking it would pull back now.
Well, I know it did, but it's gonna pull back again now, or is just gonna pull back to the top of all those candles.
What I think it'll do is it'll basically go up. It'll likely retouch the 1 minute Bollinger, but it probably won't retouch the 15 for a while.
The five's down quite a bit too.
I was just retesting the last five, so it's nothing out of the ordinary there.
Yeah, but that five is below that low of the what just went up right here. That five is right below there.
I don't understand what you mean.
Um, right.
You're not sharing screen. I don't understand.
No, what I'm saying is if you look like right here on our candle on the chart right now,
On the 1 minute or the five?
on the five,
Uh-huh.
on the 1 minute where it pulled down and went back up this way, that low right there is a Bollinger on the five.
Wait, you're looking at the Forex tester chart if you're marking things
Oh
up.
no, but I was saying is right now the UJ did this. It came up
Are you talking about
and
this in
and it's
simulator or
almost
live?
down. Well,
He's
right
talking
five
about
live.
live.
So it did this and it's pulling back. Oh,
Yeah.
right
So,
here. And if you look here, this part on the 5 minute chart is the middle Bollinger Band.
right, but it's also the 15.
Right.
So this is the M15 and the M5. So when you have correlation like that, that's a stronger bounce point. Okay.
Yep. So I was saying, is it going to pull back on the five?
You mean like right here? This is just
Oh,
the one.
this is the one, but I'm saying this here is a middle Bollinger on the five.
This is the middle Bollinger. So it already did. Is what I'm saying. It already
Well,
came
that's what
in the
I
middle.
think it's going to come back again, or probably not.
Probably not. This is a breakout pattern.
Yeah.
So the
How far do you
idea
think
is
it's
it
going
goes
to
like
pull back?
this, and your 1 minute, sorry, your 5 minute Bollinger will go up, and then it'll come back.
Yeah.
So yes, it will come back to the 5 minute Bollinger, just not right now,
Okay.
unless it reverses. If this is a fake out and it starts coming down right here, it's more likely to drop.
Okay.
But I'm saying based on this pattern right here, this is a breakout for an up. Don't really believe this because remember what I said 3 times, like 1, 2, 3, you see? So this is a
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Like basically you'll have a continuation wave, like goes up, down, up kind of thing, like this, and then comes back. So some
Now,
2, 3 hours, 4, 6 hours later, then you'll get your, counter trend.
okay, right now it's touching the middle Bollinger on the 1 minute. Would that be a
On
good
1 minute,
entry?
yes, because this is the retest of the breakout.
Would that be a good entry
Yes,
to buy?
yes. All right, so enough of the live.
Okay.
For you, Kapila, what do you analyze just looking at this hourly chart here?
Let me go ahead and draw. I mean, with that,
Okay.
we have a range, tried to
Yes.
break out and came back into the range. Right now we're in the bottom Bollinger. If it breaks up, it may come up to here.
Okay.
But we could also bounce right at this zone here.
Bounces, you mean drop?
I mean, yeah, we could drop, right? I know there's a big green candle here. And so I would say like right, and we bounce off the bottom, but technically the last hour, if it closed here, we're moving up. Um,
The likelihood, yes. Just keep in mind this is a retest of the trend. So it kind of ranges right here. So like you said, if it just comes up right here, this is the start of the hour. It hasn't finished, and it hasn't engulfed this one. So the next hour could, like you said, reverse it and then, start your down wave.
hmm,
Since now you have a fractal on the hourly chart. Okay, and this is where it's like 6, 8 hours later. So if you're gonna try to play the trend, then yes, you want to be in buys, but keep in mind for the past one, so this is 1 day, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. It's gone up. This was the pullback right here, but you can see it channel, right? So market has moved 4%. Typically, when it goes 4% like this, you can see it came back right here, almost 1%, 0.9. But I'm telling you, based on how far this has gone, up 4% over, 7, 8 days, the more likely is pullback.
okay.
Okay, so if you're trying to go with the trend continuation wise, that's more of a swing trade because what likelihood, yes, you could get some scalp right here, but if it goes down, this is your hey, 6 to 8 hours later before you get your up move. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah. Yeah. And I'd rather stay off stay out of that. So I really don't want to play for the 1 hour swing. I want to play for the 2 hour session. All right.
All right. Anyways, the a point of what I'm showing you here is you have to basically how do I put it as an analogy? Okay, if you do you ride a bike ever? Like,
Yeah. I mean, I
so
have.
you know how like here's your street and then here's your bike lane, right? So within the bike lane, you can ride however you want, but you shouldn't ever pass the and go into the street, right?
Hmm.
Now you're gonna have to cross sometimes, as far as like intersections. So why do I use that as an analogy? Because this is like your street, and then this is like your bike lane. Does it make sense? And then this was like your hey, this is your cross, like crossing a crosswalk, right? Because it's like a pullback. And again, your bike lane. Does that analogy make any sense at all, or am I like way off?
I mean, I get you. Yeah, you got your direction and you got your
Yeah.
pullback.
So the whole point here is that if this is the trend, that's the swing, that's the hourly, a daily, right? So you got your quicker moves, right? In this case, you can play here a range. Here's a drawback like that. Now this is a smaller range, or sorry, smaller trend. Here's a range, but bigger range. So there's a possibility of a what? Bigger pullback. So then you have your fast lane, your crosswalk, your continuation. If it's gonna drop and pull back. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's kind of the basis of why you start with the hour is to get these boundaries and say, well, if it continues, the likelihood is basically up in here as a fractal. So 136 as a whole number. Where we're at right here was can't see.
135.
Yeah, so 135 right here is a whole number. So then if it's gonna pull back, basically 0.75. If it's gonna continue to drop, right here, 0.5, you know, then goes to 0.25, and then the next whole number, which is 134, is 135. I'm not drawing to scale right here, okay? I'm just saying as far as a drop.
Okay.
Now, if you go back to 5 minutes, because for you like watching the 5 minutes. If you do you prefer 5 and 1, or do you do like an hour?
Well, I think now I don't I've been trying to decide what I like. I think now maybe watching the 15 and the one. That's what I have pulled up on my main chart here. Because yeah, I think I've decided that if we're in the upper 15, we can play 1 minutes going up, and we're in the lower 15 Bollinger, we can be playing 1 minute downs. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's where I'm at right now with my strategy.
That's fine.
Okay.
Um, so let's focus on the 15 and the 1 right here. Okay. So zoom out. You can see anytime you have a slow like this, and then what do you see here fast, right? So the likelihood is a continuation fast. So we just did this, right? Breakout fast, pull back, retest of the breakout, fast as a fractal, right? Came back half, it's more likely to continue a fractal. So like a W right here, right? So
Okay.
remember what I was saying, as far as the hours, this could be the range right here. So that now that we passed 0.75 and we're at 0.85, likelihood is to retest the whole number. Does it make sense?
hmm
But I was saying, look, trend wise, you see how this is the flag kind of thing? That hey, this is the range. Those are your outside boundaries. It's your KPIs. Make sense?
Yeah.
So those are the areas to watch that if it's going to continue, this is your KPI before it drops. So it comes back right here, and then it would basically engulf and continue. Or right here, hit, get a lot of sell force, come down, 100% retracement, right? And then so your structure wise is W's are forming like this, continuation, or for cells, it could right here be the M. I think that here was the M, right?
Okay.
Comes half. You see? Now, if it does the continues like this and then comes back this, then this is your M. Some, 3, 4 hours later is your drop.
Okay. So we're looking at M15 structure and the M15 channels,
Right.
or the potential channels.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it hasn't shown us any signs of going up. It's shown us signs of going in this channel.
Well,
However, if it
right here,
starts
this
to,
is a 50-50 market right now.
okay.
Because when it reaches this right here, it could be 100% retracement, drop, at least come back, flag. Is this making sense or did I confuse you?
Um, no, it's making sense because that would be the top of this channel. So if I can see the 15, if this right here is what I'm playing, then we're in here and we're watching this. I know we can come a little past it and stuff like that. If I mean if this is something that I can always do, right? If we were here, we were looking at the same thing. Boom, it hit the bottom. Up here, we were looking for it to hit the top. Boom, it came back on top, it came back down, in which case we were back in this channel. Here we were in this channel, we were looking for it maybe to come to the top again. Well, what happened was it came down, it rebounded and came down. Then we're starting to form a new channel. It dropped. Well, that's fine. We could look at like this channel, and then it came up to the top here, and then it came to the bottom here. So now we're just looking for these M15 channels.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. These are your outer boundaries to kind of plan your trades as far as, hey, if it goes against you, when is that KPI area where you're gonna flip, you know?
Okay. Yeah. It's making sense right now. So I'm going to say, I mean, we're in a down channel on the M15 right now.
Yeah. As far as yes, this right here. Okay.
Now that doesn't mean we can't play up because of
Yeah, because
course,
this move right here is up.
but because
Okay.
even in this down channel here, we were at the bottom of the channel. And so there is up plays to play, but we're now getting towards the top. We're technically in the upper half of this, and we're deciding to play long, which is something I'm going to have trouble um, making that decision consistently. Um, if if I'm going to, I see you do it a lot, and it kind of like just now, when it tends to go. Uh, how do I say? I'm nervous to go long right here. That's what I'm trying to say. Let me say it in short, because
True.
even though it has been going here, what you're saying is it hasn't shown us yet. You're saying it could go up here. Because when you say go long, sometimes you talk about like this far. I'm like, that's why I'm always one step behind you. Because you say go long, meaning you thought you could get 3 pips out of it. I'm thinking,
Right.
oh, we're going long, and then you got your 3 pips, and then you're back and going this direction, and I'm all like, oh, well, you said long, and now I'm long, and now it's short, and you said now I'm
But
short.
I'm scalping, right? So I'm looking for like this right here, easy target, maybe to this right here for buys, you know, because I might get this one at most, right? Instead of being here to T1, T2, T3.
But what's making you make the decision to go long instead of short? Is it because of this?
Because first half of the hour is up. Guess what? Second half of the hour is continuing up. But if you look at the timing, there's 10 more minutes left. So am I gonna buy right now? Probably not.
Yes. Oh, I thought you just said yes. Fuck.
I'm gonna wait for it to show me. Because remember I said this is like a 50-50 market, right?
Yeah, and it just went.
If I was up, let's say right there, I would have been buying because this was a breakout. Make sense? So right here as at a 30, I would have been buying. But because this is 50, and guess what? Top of the hour, new traders are gonna come in that it might not continue up. That makes sense?
Yeah. So wait for
Okay.
okay.
So the way I would do it is based on my time right here. I would just wait it out. See, now if I wanted right there with a pullback, get a scalp in, I could do that, do a wobble. But see, then now it continued down right here. So let's just replay this, right? If I were to step back and I wanted to buy, so right here, half, I would have been buying. God, it's not working. Give me a second.
You could do bar forward right here. Oh, the buy didn't.
Loss 425, that's correct. The wrong one. Buy. Oh, I see. Buy with it's W and S. I was thinking B for buy. I forgot my hotkeys. All right. So the point here is, let's say I didn't wait for this pullback, retested this one. I'm gonna back here. I would be buying right here as a half, just one, and then right there buy another one as a wobble, and then wait for this pullback right here to add more. If I think it's going to go up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, now you have the like what 3 pip take profits on there.
Yeah. So slightly slow because right now, I mean, what I'm playing for here is this the flag structure that I get one more pop like to reach this top Bollinger. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
The very fact that it hit this Bollinger is not great for buys because if you're countering this is a sell move right here. If you're
Yeah.
countering. But if you are playing momentum, anytime it hits the top Bollinger, well, that's your continuation.
Okay.
You should be
Okay.
buying. You see, so right
Uh,
here, you can see now it's going in my favor. What I'm going to do right here is I'm going to add to it.
Okay. Okay. I want to make sure that I'm clear on what you just said because you said it really quick and it seemed really important.
All right.
Okay, so the difference between countering and momentum trading, which is what we're calling what we're doing, right,
Mm-hmm.
is that in counter trading, when it hits the Bollinger, this is not going to hold true 100% of the time. You wouldn't do that on the 1 minute. You're talking about the 15 minute here. And on the 1 minute, you still waited for the pullback to the mid Bollinger to go and a buy. On the M15, if it hits the mid Bollinger going up, you're going to buy, not sell. So it's different
Yeah,
on the M1 and the M15, right?
correct.
Okay.
So here's how counter works. When you're in the top Bollinger, you're selling. Make sense?
On the M15.
Yeah. So you would be entering a sell right here. If it continues against you, you're selling right there. And
Okay.
then fractals, you sell.
Okay.
That's a counter move.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
When buying with the wave, it's the other way. When it comes to the top, it says, look, I have enough momentum. I should be buying and adding to the move, adding to the continuation.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you still might fade, but you are fading like this. And if anything, you're now getting heavier and playing diamond shaped. So I fade light, and so my fade is more like this. And then as it comes in my favor, I add, and then I take off. So as a momentum trader, I am more diamond shaped than triangle shaped. So this is more CT. So this is what David teaches you.
Okay. I get okay. I now understand. I get a little confused on your diamond thing. I get it, but it's like you're adding and you're subtracting. So that's why the shape kind of confuses the
Right.
diamond shape.
So like right here, you can see I put one here. This is going against me, right? So I only put one. But what happened when it came back up?
It hit your TP.
I put two. If you
Oh,
rewatch, I
okay.
added. Does it make sense? I added. So here was one.
Okay.
I came down, I add one, and then here I might fade and put two. Okay. But I'm basically light. I'm basically like a squarish kind of thing.
Yeah,
Maybe
okay.
slightly triangle like this, slender,
Okay.
right?
Very small. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're going with the wave, you're more slender for fading. Um, and then as it comes in my favor, I'm adding to it.
Okay.
So then that's why it goes wider because I'm adding to it. And then as it comes up, I TP, which is why I get less. And then I hold this right here for longer, and then that's why I get less. So as it goes in my favor, I TP, it goes in my favor, TP, 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 and then I'm out.
Okay, so
Okay,
you don't keep adding.
correct. You only add an initial. If you keep adding, you're gonna get wrong at some point.
So you just add one time the first time it starts to turn.
Maybe the second round, like, hey, I add, come back, I add, come back, and that's it. So 2 rounds.
Okay.
Okay, because it's the same thing if you look at what David teaches you with 0, 1 to 3s for ranges. It also applies for trends. So if you just look at this right here, clear my drawing. So what do you see here? This is like a 0, right? Retest number 1, retest number 2, retest number 3, retest number 4, 5, 6, right? And 7. So broke on the 7th right here. See that?
Yeah.
But if you group it like this is just 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So with trend, you have one extra. So with ranges, you're playing your 0, your 1, your 2s, and then your 3 breakout, right?
Mhm.
With trends, it's more like your 4th is your breakout. Okay, hopefully I'm not giving you too much info.
No,
I'm
I'm
just trying to
following.
take, oops, that's the wrong one. So like right here, for example, you see how this is, if you base this as 0, 1, 2, 3, you see that? 3, and then the 4th is your breakout.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Yes.
Nothing like totally new or confusing. All right, so what's the point here? Oops, wrong one. Oh, come on. How do I unmaximize this? Can't unmaximize. Oh,
Your voice has gotten quiet.
all right. So you can see it goes in my favor.
Your voice is quiet.
Huh?
Your voice is quiet. There you
Gracious.
go. Oh,
Something weird with my headset. It's even with work.
that's better.
All right, how about now? Is
Yeah, that's good.
that better?
Yep.
Yep.
You hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear us?
Oh, come on. I'm not hearing anything.
You can't hear
Um,
us? Mm. Duke?
Give me a second. Let me switch the phone. Okay, you guys can hear me. Let me switch back my speaker then, because I can't hear anything.
Okay. Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, let's play this out. What I'm watching for on the 15 here, let me zoom out. This doesn't look right. Okay, there it goes. I was like, what the heck? Why? Where's my MW structure? All right, so let's play it out, and you can see it's reaching for this right here. You see the top area. Any questions? All
No.
right, so now is not the time to add because why? What did I say about this vertical line here?
Oh, the hour. It might
What was that?
reverse. It might reverse.
Yeah, exactly. New hour, right? So what I'm watching for is in the next 10 minutes of the new hour, is it going to reverse? So you can see I'm making my money right now, see? And this is where instead of selling, I'm buying. You see the difference?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm totally out. It has TPs. All right, so I'm waiting now. I'm waiting for this right here. Once it reaches this top, because it's the top of the hour, this is like the first uh, hit in a long while. I'm going to sell. So now I'm going to counter right here because I should get me a pullback. Because even if it's a W, it should come back to about half-ish. Does it make sense? So right
Yeah.
here, I'm gonna go ahead and start selling. And this is now I'm showing you switching to a CT. Oh, dang it. So right there, I'm gonna add one sell and let it go against me, hit the body right here, hold number, you see? So right now we're at 0.9. Being the top of the hour, I should be able to get at least half of this move right here. You see how this is a
So
minute fractal?
when you say going with the trend or going with the counter trend, you're talking about the 1 minute, not the 15.
Correct. So right
Okay.
now on a 1 minute, because this is what I'm trying to show you. Uh, this dang it, I didn't want ellipsis.
You're asking yourself, what's the 1 minute going to do in relation to the 15 minute? So you're playing the trends and the counter trends within the 1 minute time frame in relation to the 15 minute, not the 15 minute trend. That's just a framework for your 1 minute trend and counter trend trades.
So basically, this is your 1 minute bicycle lane kind of thing, right? Does it make sense? So if this was it, well, guess what? We're at the top of that lane. You see? And now you see the pullback.
yeah,
Okay, so the point
but
is,
you're not.
if it wants to continue, it's gonna hit this Bollinger right here and continue going up. Make sense?
Yeah.
And what I'm playing right here is a number of fractals. Come on. So if you look, this is the last trend break. Agree?
Hmm.
This was like the retest. So this is your break. This is the retest. And then this is where this is your second break as a range. So this was a trend break, and then this right here was a range break. Any questions on that?
No.
Right here, right? So if you think as far as fractals,
Yeah.
if this was your move, look, you see how this is fractal? It 2x'd right here, and then guess what? It came back only half. Make sense? So you have one move, two moves, and then here's your third move. Here's your next fractal. Because if this is your how much it pulled back, well, look, twice that much, and then how much it pulls back. You see this? So if I do a
Hmm.
rectangle, oh, come on. It doesn't matter how you draw it, but if you draw the rectangle like this, see, for this pullback, well, yes, now based on the breakout, you see, fractal, and then it kept going a little bit more, and then based on the top right here, you see, that's the pullback. So if you do the small triangles, that's your scalps. If you do like this, the big, see, like this was the break. You see, last breakout right here, that's your fractal.
Hmm.
So the point is, if I'm going to TP, I'm going to TP here. I'm going to TP 1 as a scalp, 2 as a minutely swing. Those are my 2 TPs, and that's all I'm trading. I'm not doing a T3. A T3 is like an
Oh,
hourly swing.
okay.
Whereas
Okay, okay,
this
okay.
this right
That's
here is a scalp. This right here, T2 is like an M15 swing. Okay,
okay.
makes sense. Now if I held from here
So
to
just two
here,
take profit.
what?
Just two take profits.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
If I
keep it
had
simple.
any down here that I held, then this right here, T3, is an hourly swing.
Okay.
Makes sense because it took almost an hour.
Okay.
It took basically 30 minutes to reach. Okay. So the whole point is if this is going to be a W, it should come back to the bottom of this chin right here. See, channel, and then boom, break up. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if it's going to break up, it doesn't do it like this. Okay. Instead, usually as a trend breakout,
It's gonna pull back more.
huh? I'm going back to
It's
the
gonna pull
15
back
here.
more.
This is the 15. I'm just trying to show you. Usually as a trend breakout, like here's your slow channel, okay? And then if it's gonna break out in a certain direction, it turns into a fast, dang it, it turns into a faster channel.
Mm.
It turns into like this. This is your breakout. It turns into a faster channel because then what happens? It turns into a pullback to test either the trend breakout or sometimes it continues all the way to right here. That's your channels as far as scalps. Is this making sense?
Yeah, if it breaks out, um, and then it pulls back. I mean, when it breaks out fast and then it pulls back
Right.
to
So
retest.
I
Yeah.
use the term wave because as a scalper, you go through waves. Because maybe this is like right here, you can say this is trend up, right? But what is this? It's a wave down. Does it make sense? So as a scalper, I'm going with a wave down. That if I want to make my money in 1 to 2 hours, I should be selling because that wave was going down. It's fast. Does that make sense? And also if you look,
Yes.
this is the what I said earlier here. This is your pole, right? Guess what happened here? And guess what happened next? You see the difference?
Yeah, but it didn't.
This is not the flag. Okay. A lot of
Yeah,
folks
because
have said
it
that,
wasn't a pull.
but it's not. Now, based on a trend, it's still valid, but based on a wave, based on scalping, this is not a flag. This is not a continuation pattern. It's saying, look, I'm going in this direction and I'm dying in volume. I can't sustain it. I'm slowing down. That the next thing you have is either it's going to go slow and drop, or like this, just drop fast. Does that make sense? Okay,
Yeah.
so the point here is you can see this was fast as a wave. This is fast compared to this one right here. So the slow was down, and then you have a fast up. Well, guess what? The next one is not going to continue like this unless you have some news. That's more of a news event, okay? But if you're going to do a normal trade that's not affected by news, what you have is going to form now a slower trend by coming back. That makes sense? So you have your fast wave comes back, makes a slower trend. That's the market
Oh, okay,
behavior.
okay. So the difference between a wave and a trend then, a wave is a breakout move, and then you're going to have a pullback, which is slower,
A
which is also
wave
going
is
to
a
create a.
direction for a certain hour, a portion of an hour. So like this right here is a wave.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so like here's your trend. Like let me try to draw it different colors here. So like let's say here's your trend. Okay, that's your trend. Higher highs, right? And then the wave would be up, down, up, down, up,
Which
down. But
are which is okay. So those are the 1 minute plays.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
So for
wave, the
me, it
wave. So
doesn't
we're
matter
playing
the
the wave.
trend. Huh?
Okay, I get you. I get you.
Yeah, what I'm
It's
looking
just
for are the
names we're throwing.
waves.
Yeah. So when
Okay.
we say we're playing counter trend, we're really playing a counter wave, basically.
Yeah, because if you're let's say if you want to go with the trend, you want to be like let's say fading right around here. So you want to be selling, fade, hold for the buys, right? TP, TP, TP kind of thing. And
Okay.
then again, selling, wave, hold for the buys, TP, TP, TP. That's how you make your money.
Okay.
Okay, now, like I said, if you have seen a market go in one direction over like 3, 4 days kind of thing, in this case 8 days, don't expect continuation. Expect pullback.
But let's say that yesterday it was 7 days. We should, I mean, how many days do we say when we expect the pullback? On day 6, we might have expected, man, it's been 5 days. At day 6, there should be a pullback, right? We don't know when the longer it goes,
Anytime
the
the
more.
market moves, like a good amount, like let's say the normal, right, is 0.25, right? Or zero point 0.5. Okay. So let's say the market moved up 0.25. Well, guess what? It pulled back 0.25 and saying your net is only 0.25 change. Make sense? For a day. Then it continues. Well, guess what? 0.25, 0.5. Then guess what? Pulls back. Make sense?
Okay.
And this is the wave that I'm talking about. See, like here's your fractal. Half, half. See? So now if it goes like 3 or 4, guess what? It comes back 1 to 2.
Okay.
It might not do it in one move. The point is it might do that. It might go up, down, up, and then guess what? It starts ranging kind of thing down, up, down. Is this making sense at all?
Yes, it's making sense. I
Okay.
see what we're looking for right
All
now.
right. So these are like the basics as far as market behavior, market moves that you have to watch for. So now let's say okay, so I'm gonna delete all my chart here. Okay. So here's a sell, right? I put the sell for that pullback. And so now I'm going to close that sell and I'm going to look because this is the top of the hour. So I'm watching the market now for, is this going to basically come all the way down right here? And is it going to basically retest this body, retest this wick? Does that make sense?
But you were in a cell and you TP'd already, right?
Yeah, because I'm a scalper.
I get you. I get you. Yeah, yeah, no, I like it. I like it. So I've been wanting to push small TPs, and that's what you're doing here, which is good.
Well, I'm looking for those like 3 pips, right? Three to 5 pips, basically. All right,
Okay.
so I'm watching for this right here. I'm waiting for it to be basically 10 minutes. In the first 5, 10 minutes, it's dropped. So you can see this was my channel,
Mm-hmm.
right? And this was what I was talking about. This is my wave. So here's my wave up, and I'm watching. Okay, look, it retraced this. Now, am I gonna make a new wave? Am I gonna make a slight, oops, wave down? Because remember how I said this was a slow right here, slow channel, and this now is a fast? Well, likelihood is to make it a slow channel. So based on this right here, being the first minute, first part of the hour here dropped, now I'm gonna guess what? Try to sell here. Because now I'm looking at, okay, I think that up wave is over. And I'm saying, well, look, based on how this right here in the higher time frame, it made my W, but might be making my M. So right here, if I think it's gonna do the M, I'm gonna add my cell as a fade, but only in a small range. And this is my KPI right here. Because if it starts breaking this right here, this is my next KPI really. This is the outside range KPI, the last shot. So if I'm gonna sell, I'm gonna say, look, the moment it breaks this, I'm in trouble. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
I need to get out. I need to basically fade and start getting out like that. Okay, so now you can see this is starting to work, but we don't know yet. We don't know yet because this is 50-50. See, now it's going against me. That guess what? Right now, it didn't play out as this W. It only gave me the wick. Sometimes the W usually plays out more like, like 50, 30 minutes or so, right? But in this case, it only gave me what? About 10 minutes as far as a wick. But I
Yeah.
still might be okay because, like I said, usually since this is a fast channel, it typically comes back to make it a slower channel. And that's like, here's your fractal, comes back, fractal. Okay, so that's why it's, as far as the W, it typically does this before it does the breakout. Here's your next fractal, see? So if I'm wanting to fade, okay, this is a counter trend right here. But what I'm trying to do is look, this was my wave that I was playing. Now I'm in trouble, and this is what I'm talking about. Okay, so I touched that right there. I'm gonna sell as a counter trend trader to get out. So I'm looking to get out right in this area. Make sense? Because
Yeah.
now my wave missed this setup for a selling wave has missed. But if this right here starts rejecting, right, it might still play out, but I should be getting out. Does that make sense? If I don't want to risk it, then I'm going to get out right here and wait some more. Any questions?
No.
All right. So now that it continues right here, if it can break this body right here, then I'm going to do my diamond shape that I talked about, which is I'm going to now add to my trades. You see how it closed right there? So now I'm going to wait for a slight pullback if it gives me any like that. And I'm going to add to my trades. I'm adding to my trades now for that. If this is going to be the W, it should drop before it pops. That what I'm playing now is not the flag as far as a lower low, but a flag as a range. Any questions?
No.
Okay, now that I added right here and I'm wrong, well, look, I'm not going to add right here as a 2. If I was doing light like David, I would be adding, but I'm going to wait for that pop right here, the fractal, because it's more likely to pull back at that pop. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Could I buy it here and hedge it? Absolutely. And that's saying, look, my wave did not pull back right here, you see? But instead it's continuing like this. It's continuing to here. And then I should get my pullback up in this area right here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's how I'm planning my trades. I'm saying, well, what areas, as far as timing, pricing, do I expect a certain behavior? And see, now it does play out because it's like the 2 failed. Now, again, I gotta wait. That now is a 0, 1, 2 on the downside, more likely to, like I said, fractal. And this being a 2 like this, I'm gonna add right here. I'm gonna add, and you see how we're below the 1-minute Bollinger again?
Hmm.
So what I'm playing is a 0, 1, 2, 3 for the drop. Because why? Why would I do that?
because it hasn't broken out. It still hasn't proven.
Exactly. In the first half, it ranged. So guess what? In the second half, it should probably range as well. This hour right here ranged so far. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
You see how that it basically popped doji, popped doji. So I'm playing, if it's gonna doji, I should be able to make my money with some scalps and some sells. Okay, and I'm not too li I'm basically 15, my leverage. Actually, no, 0.25 times, so what's 14 divided by 4? It's 3. It's about 1 to 30, which is okay. It's like basically Darwin, right? Because this is a 10K account. Um, all right, but now that it's doing this right here, it's actually doing a 0, 1, 2, and 3 on the top, and it's like, oh crap, I gotta get out of my cells. Could I buy my way up to here? Absolutely. If you're trying to do the wave, saying, look, the wave probably won't gonna end until right here. Make sense?
Uh-huh.
But if you want to stay in one direction, just wait for this right here because that's their highest chance now for the pullback. Does it make sense? So
Yeah.
this is what David does as far as countering. Now I know you wanted to learn with the wave, but I only showed you that right
Well,
here,
it seems like we need to know both, right? I
correct?
mean,
Because you're gonna get it wrong. So right here, I was trying to do the with the wave, saying, look, here's the top of the range. I should get the pullback, retest this Bollinger. But I got it wrong because it's continuing. But it's doing that pattern that I said, look, here's the pull, right? Here's the what?
continuation flag.
This is not a continuation flag. What did I just say earlier?
It's a pennant,
No.
the range. It's a continue.
You need to rewatch this recording, man. When you have this pole and this structure, is this a continuation or what should you expect in the next coming hour?
Continuation.
This is not a flag.
Wait. A flag is a continuation signal.
A
This is not.
flag is a continuation.
But you said this is not a flag.
I know. And you kept saying this is a flag, and I'm saying this is not a flag.
But you're still saying it's so a flag is a continuation. This is not a flag, so it's not a continuation. Got it.
A flag is
This is a slow.
range, or flag is lower low.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Rise.
Yeah, so you're saying it's going to go down. I understand.
This is not a flag.
Okay. Yeah, flags don't fly up. They fly.
They slow down. This is a slow down. See, now you see I got it right. So this is where now I say, okay, now I'm gonna add to my cells again for some scalps for that pullback right here. Make sense?
Yes.
Now, where did I say it was? I thought it would be here, and it came all the way to the top of the Bollinger, which is here. So you see, I did have to fade. I did have to get it, but I didn't fade up in here. I was fading basically like this. So I
You were
only
fading
faded up when
when you
it
thought it
came.
was when you thought it had a chance of continuing. You weren't fading counter. It wasn't
Yeah,
counter
I don't
fading.
like countering like this because if you get heavy here and it pops up, well, guess what? You got to get even heavier, and if it keeps continuing, man, you got to get even heavier just to get out.
But you also got heavier here. You just
But
I
that's
mean
with the wave, with the saying,
yeah
look,
with the
if
potential
this
wave.
was the wave right here,
Yeah.
I have very little drawdown, and there it is, boom. And then now I can close all of my trades in profit. And this is a one-to-one risk reward. Being I risked one, and I made one. Make sense?
Yeah.
So here I'm basically moving some of my like, hey, look, if my TP right here has to break this, it's more likely to come to the bottom right here. And that's how you make some more money. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And this is also what Sean teaches with wobble and stuff like that. But you can see all my TPs are basically above the Bollinger. So if this is
Mm-hmm.
the going to continue up, this is the max profit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. And so based on how this is dojing like this, I'm just gonna exit. Oh, dang it, I did the wrong one. All right, exit all right there.
Nice.
Why
Okay.
did I do that?
Because it was dojing, and it might pull back to the mid Bollinger in the 1 minute, or
Look at the timing, man.
that's a 1 hour.
Yeah, it's close to the next hour. So this is now your wick for the last 5-10 minutes.
Hmm.
Make sense? The
Yeah.
moment this wicked right, sorry, this doji right there on the 1 minute, and you see based on the hour, sorry, the action point, I was like, hey, that might be it. That's probably the best I can get for sales. See how doji'd here, doji'd here. This
Yeah.
is what I was talking about earlier. You see how this was the fast channel, and now what happens? Oh, dang it. The slow channel.
Hmm.
Okay, so if this is really going to go continue up, slow channel, and then at some point it will be the fast channel. Is this making sense?
Hmm.
So I'm trying to get you to see the waves, and the moment I got my scalps, I'm out, and this is a 50-50 market again, and I'm wait, and I wait, and I wait. So for 10 minutes, I'm just gonna wait
Okay.
because I don't know if this is gonna continue up or if it's gonna make the M. Because if it comes up half right here, starts failing, starts engulfing right here, guess what? First 10 minutes is down, continuation down for, and that's your wave now. This is that it ranges here, but these are your waves, up, down, because it's a range. Making sense? As far as
Yeah.
this right here, hourly, it's a range. As far as the waves, up, down, down. All right, I'm just waiting because it's pinching right now, right? On the 1 minute. I'm waiting if it engulfs here or if it engulfs here. Any questions?
No.
Okay. Again, waiting for the time. Let's speed this up a little bit right here. Starts engulfing on the bottom side. You see that? All right. So based on that, come on. It didn't quite engulf yet. You see doji. So I'm waiting some more. And I'm gonna say, well, I don't know yet if it's gonna continue down or up. I'm just gonna wait. It's kind of ranging. Well, let's see what happens when it breaks out of this range. This is basically a momentum trader. You're waiting for the breakout. Make sense? So if it
Mhm.
breaks out to the upside, it's engulfing up. It's going to continue up. If it engulfs to the bottom side, it's going to break to the bottom side. Make sense?
Yeah.
Oh, God. See, even in slow, similarly slow, doesn't break in any direction right now. It's just up, down, up, down. Now David loves these because he can get those scalps in. I hate these. These are 50-50 areas. I'm just like, ah, barely enough to scalp. But with that right there, it looks like it's gonna go up. All right, so it should retest the middle, waiting for that. And then if it one more like this, so once it basically engulfs this 5 minute, 15 minute right here, right now it just retested it. So could be the fake out, waiting for that retest of the breakout right here. And then if it stops right here, that means we're going up. So if it starts coming up to here, right, that that's your continuation for up.
Hmm.
All right, so that right there, I'm now buying again.
You got him pretty heavy.
Only seven, but that's only like what, 7 divided by 2, 8 divided by 2, four lots. Sorry, four leverage.
Okay.
It's not that heavy.
But you didn't go in with just one, is my point. You
The
went in.
point is I weighted it and now look, it should hit, see? So how much drawdown was that? Like almost zero. You see what I'm saying? But now being the 0, 1, 2, 3 kind of thing, I would move my TPs like this. Basically, I would like add and then move my TPs, like so that, remember how I said like 1 minute, 2 minute, sorry, T1, T2s, scout versus a minutely swing.
Hmm.
So that's what I would be doing. See? So now like this is continuation. So I would just add. So it's like pull back like this. I was add. So I would put some TPs right here. These right here, I would drag up to the next one. And this is how I would make my money. And also because I have some profits that even if it goes against me, I can just cut. But this is what I was talking about earlier that, hey, look, the W, right? It once you see it came back half, wants to do this. Continue that wave right here. Make sense?
Hmm.
So if I were to delete all this, basically draw it like this. This is your wave. Hey, it came up, hit the top, came back down, right? Retest of the half, should fractal up. So this is why I had some TPs right here, because the point is it would have hit the TPs, because I entered right here, right? Added. So I would now recycle right here for the move. So right there, I now add, but these TPs right here, I move up because it's the second round that it should continue up for the fractal. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm gonna be careful because guess what? If this by adding right there, I could be adding to drawdown like that. See? Because what happened? It basically broke, and then now it's like, oh look, it's that M, the mini M right here. I might add one right here, saying, look, my trades are about to fail because it did do the W retest, and now look, it's mini M. You see that? So the point is, if it comes back to half and then it starts going golfing like this, it's more likely bigger M. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm watching this and saying, well, crap, is this the exhaustion bar where it comes back up? You can see the W. You see how this one's stronger, right? It took 2 candles to go up and then 1 candle to reject. That's usually, hey, that's a sell-off. Make sense?
Hmm.
But like I said, it could, so there's a half. So I'm watching for, hey, look, does it come back all the way up? Because if it does come all the way up, I'm safe to continue up. But if not, time to cut to flip. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So half. This is where, hey, if I don't like the risk kind of thing, I can take off some of the trades. I can reduce the risk. Make sense? Because I
Yeah.
can always add it once it has started engulfing. So
Okay.
if I add right, oh, and here, yeah, it's not great as far as a PTP, but as far as risk, it's safer. You can see it stopped half. Okay, starting to engulf, which is good, but it's just wick. You see, it wicked up. So right here, starting to be bad right here. Now this is still a flag, being that you see how this was flat. So it hasn't lost, but if it comes down to here, that's the time to cut like that. See, so now this is a 0, a 1, a 2, and a 3 for all right, time to cut, and you flip. And so it's like, oh crap, I lost in some buys. It's not continuing. Now's the time to sell. Now's the time to sell. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
And then make it back.
And then if it pulls back, you add in.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
now I go heavier because it's a sell-off pattern, like I said. And there it is. You see that?
Yeah.
So we are considered everything. If you thought, like I said, hey, look, it could pull back just a half, and then what? It can continue. Make sense? Or, like I said, it can range and continue down. So these were the possibilities right here, right? Because it already pulled back.
Okay.
So now, right there, a TP sum, I recycle. So right here, I would recycle my cells if I could. Oh, dang it. And then I'm insufficient. So the point here is I'm basically 1 to 30 already. And then these TPs you see missed, so I drag it down. And this is
Mm.
what Sean's technique is, wobble. Or maybe David's. So if you look at the account history, yeah, I lost my profits, but I should end in profits. So what I'm watching for on the 15 right here was this right here, slow up, fast down. You see half up should continue down. Is this making sense? Like,
It is.
all right, so not great right here. Doji, you see that 100% kind of thing. It could be that fake out that, oh crap, another KPI right here. Because why? It's right at the middle Bollinger. Makes sense? If it's right at the middle Bollinger, kind of like wick kind of thing, buying pressure, then but it did break out of that channel, you see. Here's a top channel kind of thing.
Yeah.
Now, if you draw it from here, then we're technically still in the channel. So it's not always easy to draw these things because see, look, here's the top. If you do the channel, we're right at the, now we're breaking out. You see, we're breaking out of the channel now. All right, so now 0, 1, and you can see the 2. That's your M for continuation, and this is where I add if I had margin. I would basically add not for the pinch, but this is the pennant. Pull, right? Pennant, drop. If I want to make
Okay.
more money, then basically I drag some of these targets down like this, you know,
Wow, look at that.
boom. See? All right.
No, that's amazing. I do understand. I've been following.
But
This.
that's the whole point with the wave trading. Okay, so let's say I'm just gonna exit here, and you can see basically it's up in a 10K account. If I'm up 400, what's the percentage?
0.4%. Right, 0.4.
It's 4%, man.
Sorry,
4%.
4%.
You see that?
Fair enough. Yes, that's no.
So it didn't matter. I lost some right here. I made 4% just in this move to pay for loss right there. Because I had profit here. I lost some right there. So I was -5 and it's plus
Yeah,
like
but the
360 something. So it's
the
the
main thing is I understood your thought process.
3.6% basically.
Yeah, but I understood your thought process the whole time. That this is the first time I've been able to understand your thought process.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, if you look how long it took,
yeah, that was gonna be my next question.
see, this is a 4 is 1 hour. So if I start right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, dang it. So this right here is an hour, right? I started trading right here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 hour. And then this is the next hour. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in 3 hours. 3% in 3 hours is actually really good. Agree?
Yeah, yes, and I understood. I'm excited. It made sense to me. You do whatever you want now. I just want to revel in the fact that I understand your thought process, why you've been making all these decisions that didn't make any sense to me. Um, it made sense. Can I try it myself now? Oof, oof. I don't know. I guess we could if you want. We could try having me do the same thing on a different day and see if I really understand it. Um, but it's almost exhausting just having absorbed that. But
Hmm.
yeah, but it's at least I'm not completely lost like most days. That made sense. Honestly, you do whatever you want now because I want to take this and just kind of remember this as you do anything. You could even go to live trading, anything, because this is a good enough lesson for me that I think I can integrate it. And I want to actually watch you do other stuff while I try to see if you know what I'm trying to say? To see if this, I know you want me to try it myself, right? And I will if you want. I will. I'm just, it's a lot. There's a lot of things that made sense. Yeah, okay, then fuck it. Let's try it. Let's go to a new day and let me try.
So you want to drive live,
Um,
like
well,
go simulator?
yeah, simulator because that way we can see things play out. Yeah, because live, you could spend an hour and then you don't have time to see it play out and stuff. Um,
Well, I think let's do it next time.
okay, okay.
Because
I'm
you
good
need to
either
give
way.
you the control and stuff like that? It doesn't
Oh
always
yeah.
work
Honestly,
as
like I
well.
said, you can go live and just trade. Anything doesn't matter to me right now because that was a really good lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is a good stopping point anyways for this
Okay.
lesson. Because if we like continue, it turns into like 3 hours or something, you know.
I'm okay. I'm okay with that, man. I mean, if the other guys are good, I hope who's all on here with us today? Darren and Ron. Did you guys get something from that? Are you guys here? They probably zoned out because they're trading live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Like I said, I think this is a good stopping point for this session, okay?
okay.
And then if you want to still stay, trade live, I think we'll just do like a separate recording or something, okay?
Okay. And that's up to them. And yeah, I'm down to stay up a little longer, but the lesson, yes, I think we pin this one.
All right, so I'm gonna stop recording here. So you guys,
Yeah, no, sorry, my mic was off. I didn't realize it. So,
oh, okay.
but yeah, I
So
was
let's
trading
let's
live.
have you
So
recap what you learned then.
What I
oh, well,
learned, I mean, it's easier to see on the 1 minute chart, but I think well, and the combination, right? These two charts. But what we're looking for is we're looking for these kind of things, and even when we see these littler ones, I mean, they're happening, but we're looking, this kind of stuff. So that's a bad line. Um, damn. So we're looking for these things to happen. We're expecting once we get to a certain point, when we get to the top, here or over here with something. We're looking for these things, this kind of channels that are forming on the M15 to continue. And if they don't, then we're looking for what it's going to look like if it does something different. So once we start seeing, oh, maybe it won't, we start playing that on the 1 minute. And then we say, oh, maybe it will. Well, we start getting out and trying to play what it will look like if it continues. So each time was we thought that this was going to continue down. Well, then it started going up, and we said, oh, well, it might not continue down. But then it did continue down, and we said, oh, it is going to continue down. And in which case, it's going to come down to whatever that point is. But if it went up, then potentially it could go all the way up to here, but also it could come here and then W and then pull back in here. But if it bounces and then starts to come down, then we could be we're trying to predict what that 15 that's a lot of scribble what the 15-minute channel is starting to do. Um, and we're watching the 1 minute candles and we're playing that action. Once we start to see, oh yeah, it looks like it's starting to go in the direction that I was thinking it might if it would continue with a certain channel, then we add in as it goes in that direction. And then it starts to prove us wrong. Well, then we might minimize our trades. Well, it doesn't prove us wrong right away. But if it does start to prove us wrong well enough, and we're like, okay, it was the rejection at that point. So it is the continuation of that original channel. Well, now we want to get in our trades and we flip. And we flip, meaning that now we add in, okay, now it has picked the direction. It's looking for the bottom parts of these channels. Was this the
Yeah,
bottom part of this channel? Was this the top part of the channel? Was this the pullback to the top part of that channel, or was it a continuation of this channel? So once right here was a point. It was either a continuation or it was a rejection. So we might
right.
have been playing for the continuation, but if it shows us that it's not going to continue, well, then we say, okay, and again, on the 1 minute, you start to see a little more details of what's going on here. And then we say, okay, well, maybe that was the rejection of this channel.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
and the thing that you also have to get out of your head is bad PTP.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Because if you're gonna do breakout trading, I added right there. And David would say that's bad PTP. But is it? Because fractal wise, I only added the half. See?
Yeah. Yeah. I see it's a very different thought process from David. But I
He's
see
a
that
counter trend trader.
well, and
So
we
for
are
him,
still,
he would just wait for this breakout and then he would add right there. It's the same
yeah.
freaking price, for goodness sakes. It's just because of the timing that it pulled back. It's a now good PTP. You know, it's like for me, screw that. I'm like, look, it's a breakout
Well,
trade.
well, and the thing is, I mean, obviously he understands trend trading perfectly, and sometimes I've seen him actually do these trades. It's not his standard practice. And his bot that he's developing, which I know you've heard about, which is he wants to integrate for us. It is 100% with this, and apparently it works really good with this idea of when it breaks out and it goes a certain number of pips. I mean, it's on the 15-minute candles too. He's entering here, pulling back to the 50 and getting out and doing it, adding one more time and pulling back to the 50. I mean, it is clearly counter trend on this 15-minute, and it works very, very well. However, the same thing is happening either way. You're just playing the momentum. You might counter, but only so you can play that. So it's the exact same price action happening. And it's just that, yeah, he would rather play this. Now, sometimes he does play continuation, right? If it breaks out and it pulls back, he's going to play this. So he doesn't always. It looks like a count. It's not a. You know what I'm saying? He's playing with
Right.
this when it's an outside range, right? Well, I guess he does both too. It's just that and you do both too, right? But he leans towards counter trend, and you lean towards momentum. I think maybe that's a distinct difference. You definitely do some plays that he doesn't generally do. And he does go in heavier in the counter direction. He seems to prefer to lean, and you go in heavier in the this direction, which he only does if he's trying to fix something as far as
Hmm.
in front of us. Well, he knows how to do it and he tells us he can and stuff, but tends to only do it. That's why he's doing it behind the scenes because he's only doing it if he's trying to recover. He taught us a little bit. I kind of prompted it out of him, and he gave a couple sessions talking about it slightly. Um, but he doesn't like to play that way, is what he says. He likes to only play that way when he needs to fix something because he that way, like 90% of the time, 95%, he's playing safe, is the way he calls it. Non-aggressive, I guess you could call it, would be another way
Yeah.
of saying it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you like to play aggressive. So I see how this is an aggressive way of playing, kind of how Ed does, but cutting quick. And I think that's where a lot of people don't understand on this aggressive way of playing with the trend. And I don't know, my understanding of Ed's strategy is pretty simple. He uses the SMI and the HMA, and I get it. I haven't really tried to pursue it too much. I have looked at it because I think there's a quicker way. I think he has to wait a while sometimes until he sees his signal. And I see that you might wait a little, but you're not usually waiting very long, a few minutes, right? David is
Right.
entering in almost every chance, every second, that he wants to put a trade on. He might wait a minute or two before he puts a trade on. You might wait 5 minutes, right? Maybe close to 10. I mean, because you're just waiting for the price, the candles, which aren't going to take very long unless it's ranging. But you'll stay out of a 50-50, right? Um, David's been he's been was straddling conceptually on the little consolidation zones. Um, I don't know, man. Some things seem like they're coming together. I don't know if what I just said made sense, but right now things make sense to me, and it feels different inside. So
Right.
yeah.
All right. There anything you want to add or like want to share as far as what you learned?
Um, well, I I like the fact that it showed the turn that it wasn't the flag because usually I would have thought of that as a continuation pattern myself, and it's not. It's yeah. After you drew the second side, the second angle, I could see. Well, yeah, it's not a flag. It's actually rounding in a sense. It's not rounding, but it's rounding in a sense once you drew the second side on it. So um,
Yeah.
that helped me with it.
And you saw that, right? See, it did that, and
Yeah.
then
And it's
look
a
what
slow
happened next.
climb up, and then it's just a quick drop,
Right.
and or vice versa. It's a slow coming down, then it pops up.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I've been trying to watch for, is that it's been helpful.
All right, Ron, any takeaways before we
I was not paying attention. I've been trading.
okay. All right. With that, I think we reach a good ending point as far as this session, right? Capilla, make sure you rewatch it multiple times, okay? And try to put it into practice as far as live and like a demo account, okay?
Yes.
And then sync up with me outside of this, and I'll see if I can help you get like a simulator, okay?
I'll
Okay.
watch it tomorrow in the afternoon when I'm done trading.
Yeah, it was really helpful
Yeah,
to me. So you may get some stuff out of it. But it was really good for me.
right. And the whole point is to know the differences between counter trend versus, with the wave, with the momentum breakout kind of. Um, and if you're using like Anubis, ride the wave kind of thing, this fits more with that strategy because it is a breakout trade, like right here, right? A 0, a 1, a 2. This right here is an example David talks about ride the wave.
Mm,
But you see, it's only a small wave.
yeah. And that's why I've been, and that's why from the beginning, man, I just wanted to get away from even Anubis because it kept tempting me to, and a lot of people have been using it, and I want to be able to, but if I don't understand, and that's why David is encouraging too, for us to really learn trading. He's like, I don't know these bots, I want to give them to you, but yada yada. I want you to learn. I want you to want to learn trading, and that's how I've been feeling about it too. Like, yeah, people are putting copy trade on and copying Davis trades and whatnot, and I'm sure they're making money if they're doing it right and putting the bot on. But I just really want to learn this.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right. With that, have a good evening. Okay, we'll see you all next time. Um, Darren, I think
Are you
you're
up
up.
right now, Duke?
Huh?
Are you up right now
Am I up? What do you
in the
mean?
market?
How's your
Yeah,
current
I'm
trade
still
going?
positive.
Yeah.
Okay.
I already hit 1%, so I was trying to get to 2%. So I recycled and risked my profits.
Okay.
So
It
it should,
hasn't been moving very far.
right.
Uh,
Okay.
At first, I was like, when you were asking, am I up? I'm like, are you asking if I'm awake?
I hope so.
So that's why I was like, what do you mean by up?
Trading in your sleep,
I
huh?
know if you're still up in the market or not.
Well, when you were
I
asking
get
out
it.
of context, I was like, I didn't
Yeah.
understand it.
Uh,
All right. Anyways, take care, guys.
Yeah. Have a good
thanks.
night.
Have a good night.
There, guys.